One gets a god spawn for bridge. Like, chat, the way you, like, ideally want to play P4 on this map is from Coop. Like, you just want to force spawn them out. Like, because the spawns for this hill are, like, what? Here. I think there's one here. There's one here. And that's pretty much, like, the two main, like, out spawns. So, like, playing top 3 and just controlling this and just spawn trapping. I think we actually see... I think FaZe actually does it, I'm pretty sure, in this map. But that's the ideal way to play before, and I don't think we've seen anyone other than FaZe actually do it. Like, spawn trap the way that you can on this hill. Because everyone says, oh, this hill's just scrappy, like it's in the middle of the street, like whatever, but I don't think teams actually take advantage of the potential trap on this hill very well. TBA. See, I think we talked about this on the show last night. I don't know how many of you guys watched the flank last night, but we kind of went over a lot of their, like, FaZe's breaks. I think Kiz trolls here. He dies. Like, if Kiz had just backed up and played, like, an off angle, probably like like the info is good, but if he had played like the car or like where he is right here, just like angle so he can see like this cross basically, instead of, because he comes here and dies looking at MC or Zach right here. If he just played the off angle and his teammates had crossfires from hill, I think because 8 and 6 end up trying to switch and it fucks their setup. They try to move and like it creates the timing, because Tyler runs through middle. He just had the spawn timing for it. They couldn't stop that. Kiz dies. 8 and 6 end up switching timing. Zach just fucking rips Dante off the heady, and they get broken instantly.
So yeah, like you mentioned, contested time, but Selim up top could have an opportunity to make sure no one from New York can come even close.
And also the thing that I don't like, for those of you that watch the watch parties, when I watch Vegas play this map, they're the only team that breaks P5 in like the ideal way, I think. Kiz in a shit spot. No, Kiz is in a really good spot. He just can't die the way that he did. He needs to force them to overextend to come and clear him. It just wastes time, and then Dante can team shot him from hill. The way to break this hill is have one person go top 3 and keep this guy off of this angle, like watching bottom red, so his teammates can fight the hill. Because the only way that his teammates don't get at least challenges to the hill is if this guy can just hold over them red. So if his teammates can run out through red, 3 blocks this guy from being here. If he gets this kill or backs this guy down, you can actually, there's like a ledge right here. I don't know if, like, you guys don't. There's like a little fucking window ledge like right here. You can actually kill this guy in between the shacks as well. So like once this top 3 guy just backs everyone down, you triple hit red and just fucking run out to the hill and trade out. And I think Vegas actually is the only team that does it properly that like I've seen so far. Because like Kiz backs down Zach here. New York should be fucking running at this shit. I think who's bottom red? Someone's bottom red. Ends up making a good play, staying alive. Zach re-peeks it and kills them, but like that was like the philosophy behind the break. It's like what that was how it should go pretty much every time. Yeah, right here, this is fucking ass. Everything on this is all ass. This is all terrible. Like, I don't know how much you guys remember, because I've gone over Vaughn stream before, but if you guys remember the concept of the L for a hill hold that I brought up a very long time ago, they are currently in the fucking U. They don't want to be doing that. ETH, thank you, buddy. So chat, the ideal way to hold a hard point in this game is playing like a strong side and a weak side. Or not even in this game, just in fucking general. The hard point concept is playing an L. So it doesn't matter what shape or how the L works. It could be fucking any variety of ways, right? The concept of the L is a strong side and a weak side of the map. So ideally, what you would have, it goes both ways. So you would have Kiz pushed out here. It would be like this. So your strong side would be here and your weak side would be here. So Dante should be playing like anywhere fucking here, just backed up on the map so Kiz can play out. Because if he dies, it's fine. He gets a free death. In an ideal setup, Kiz's death means nothing. And every kill that he gets is just a luxury at that point. But because Dante is here, you cannot play out on both sides unless you get every kill. And if you don't get every kill, you get insta-broken. So Dante should be playing weak side or Kiz should be playing weak side. It doesn't really matter which one. Like, you can play like this as well and just have Sib out on strong side. Kiz would be back here. Like, probably 8 would bump to be like here or something like that. Like here. Kiz would back up to hold red like that. And then you would have Dante out. And then Dante's life is like whatever. And all the kills he get are just a luxury. So when you're out on both sides, it just creates an absolute shit scenario, which is what happens to New York. Like, Kiz ends up challenging top red right here and dying, and then Dante dies bridge as well, and then they're fucked.
The thing is, this is a requirement that New York gets a 45 plus here. In fact, you can pretty much say you need to get a full 60 if you want to have a chance to get back in this game.
So like Kiz dies here, insta dead, Dante dies, and they're fucked. I think they set up a spawn trap here that I was talking about earlier. I'm pretty sure FaZe traps the fuck out of them here. So like the way that New York is playing right now, like the spawn that New York has is ideal. Now it's not ideal. So like this is bad. This is a very bad situation if you are the New York subliners. You're already down 100 points. You're spawning fucking every everywhere. And you're already getting pinched by selling them off hold. So like this is where the trap happens. Like you maintain this coop spawn, kill this guy. I think the MC's fries Paco on bridge right here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So like this, like what ends up happening here? Well, like regardless. So like this is the ideal way to play this hill. And like people view P4 on this map as like a super mixy like white time hill. Don't really worry about it. But this hill can be actually min-maxed so much more than teams do. And it's all by setting up this spawn trap. And the way to do it is exactly how FaZe does this. They clear this guy bridge, maintain this like coop spawn. Like granted, there's like this weird spawn can happen if you're spawning out, which just like have someone top 3 kind of roaming for, because this guy is never pinching like this for the most part, unless the hill's like about to pop or just popped. So most of the time you're going to have someone play top 3 to just like deny the entire middle of the map. So like 3 or 1, or I guess it would be one in the situation, but 3 or even Cell could just run back up to the top 3, cut all of middle, have someone in green holding this pinch as well. Like you have a guy, like you guys have seen the spot that people play, like laying at the top of the balcony right here, just looking at green door. And then you just fucking blend the shit out of him back here over and over again. And like that situation has not happened at all other than right now. Like this is the only situation I can recall in a Karachi P4 where like FaZe actually just blends the fuck out of him. Like what does New York do in this situation? Look, 3 repinches mid here because he knows about this spawn. Fucking great play from Chris. MC's anchoring market spawn, not giving up his life, and they're just trapping the fuck out of him. Like Tyler goes a little rogue, don't get me wrong, but like that's the gist of it. And that like this situation has never happened other than right now. And I love the way that FaZe played this hill. Like teams should be aiming for that setup every single time. That shit is nice. Now they're already on row. Shit is shut.
Now if you are Atlanta FaZe, you are set up again around this junkyard hill.
Good for you. See, that was another example of the L setup that I was talking about. So they're on rotation. And here. So Chris or Simp, he is the one that's out. He's playing the strong side. So you have, who's it? Cell. Cell spawns and doesn't move. See, if Cell had gone like this and chowed old and died to 7, very different situation. But MC spawns, doesn't move. Chris is out. Playing any kill that Chris gets right now, complete luxury for the setup. Doesn't matter what happens. Chris's life is completely irrelevant. Anything that he does is not going to impact the setup whatsoever, as long as he doesn't like block a spawn or anything like that. So Chris being here, any kills that he gets on 6, 8, like he doesn't get any, but like the point is his life is irrelevant because MC is making the right play by putting his fucking controller down and playing the weak side of the setup. So when you guys watch, Chris insta dies here and just spawns in the back. Like he gets caught sprinting instead of getting a kill, spawns in the back with MC holding, and now he's free to do whatever he wants. This situation is the absolute fucking blend. Like when you're spawning out P5, you have a full setup and nobody's out. Like this is the actual blender. I think Ant makes a really good play going server here. Nah, this finesse was so this is so typical. That finesse is fucking crazy. He doesn't get the 2-piece, but like that play is fucking crazy.
And we talk about all the cruise miss potential on one side. Shotzzy finally heating things up. No more water routes. He goes
like optic double wrapping water here. They know they're gonna be over here. Might as well double wrap it. I think 4 should be looking mid here. Yeah, we just hold like this. End up breaking through water. I have no idea. Ow. Like, because there's no, like, truth be told, there's no incentive to try to like push back Minnesota or like just teams in general that like have this setup. Because like the way to get out of the P5 spawn trap is to do what Minnesota is doing right now. But like teams holding know that there's no incentive. Like having this, if you're optic, like having anything right here is completely irrelevant. Like you're never gonna chow through for this. Like it's like the best case scenario is you go bottom server. Like you go through like this hallway right here. Like that's really the only part of the map that like opens up if you have map control over here. But there's no point to not have like an AR where Shotzzy is right now. Like you just post an AR here, or to like have someone like here just off angled. As long as they can't come around the corner and get into maze, there's no point of actually being over there. You just need to stop them from pushing through and flipping you out. So I think Ken actually makes like a pretty good play here. He gets these guys a weak bottom server, but he should just like Ant, or not him, not Ken, Ant dying here or like trying to push up is completely useless. Like them getting that part of the map does nothing for them.
60-second hills back and forth.
Like you can play through P1, hold the push through water, like play the P1 ramp looking down, and it accomplishes the same thing. Plus you get hill time. Good credit by Brandon on the row.
Big gunfight, easy one for Dashy. Vivid just not able to read the angle he was going to be selecting from. Kenny gets an extra kill, pushed up on the side of the map, and you see how deep these players.
Like Brandon should have honestly pushed this out. Like once he killed Reese here, is anyone dead? No, they're still at old. Yeah, Brandon should have pushed that out. You're not gonna force spawn them out by the time that like where Brandon could have got. And I think there's like a couple of hills. Like normally I'm against pushing out on both sides, but there's a couple of hills on this map specifically, P3 being one of them, where you can just get to the 50-yard line and just play like server, snow, fucking godheady, like whatever, because they'll just spawn right here the entire time. So like I don't mind playing out on both sides as long as the guy in hill is playing the backside to actually block like the dock spawn you guys saw in the first rotation. I don't mind pushing out on both sides on this hill. I think it's completely fine because they have to run past you in some capacity, and especially with where they're spawning. So there's no reason to play back where Bruce is right now. Like normally I would agree because he is technically doing the proper play with the L. Like they're playing strong side over here, Bruce is playing weak side back. But I think if he had pushed into server after he got this kill, one is like if one turns to make sure this is blocked, tunnel is cut off by 1 and 2. Like I think they're making the right play. Like Bruce is making the proper fundamental play in Call of Duty, but I think this hill actually has some leniency of like what you can do.
Again, you talk about blender setups. This is
You live in Virginia.
Oh, fuck
Have you
you!
considered going solar, but
No.
you're afraid of the huge price tag attached?
No.
beautiful right now from Optic.
Fuck you and your solar.
Fight still. Pred can find 2. Awakening from Snow will find 2 of his own.
No use. Hey, on this hill you can U it up. But instead,
Blender setups. This is beautiful.
yeah, no,
right now from
I think Wake gets literally like every kill right here. Kind of typical. Wake literally gets every kill right here on the rotation. Like Brandon ends up dying late to Lamar. Like Lamar being over there right now is like kind of weird anyway. They end up full flipping. But I mean, it's 40 seconds left. This is dagger time. I like to play. But as you guys know, this is indeed not dagger time.
Now in a commanding position. 25 seconds to play for here. They may well be very, very close by the time we head over towards
Good
the
shot
next
by
round.
Reese. Good trades by Optic. Spawns are getting absolutely fucky. They should know to now to turn around. Optic double turns around instantly when they spawn out. Now this is like, I think Ken ends up making the play here. Like this is a situation, your boys are spawning out at old. You know that their entire team is going to be in rotation. You have to do everything in your power to stay alive. You don't even need to take a gunfight. You just need to maintain some part of the map so your boys can come off of old and not just like run into a gunfight. So like Pred dies, fucking insane chow by the bro right there. I can't lie. Brandon dies in tunnel. Ken living here is literally the like almost the entire game. So Ken not only lives, he gets 1. Look, the reason Ken makes such a good play right here, chat, is like you're gonna see him. He's P2. I think he kills Reese right here. So him getting this kill, Ken actually doesn't stay in P2. He runs maze to the time, and it forces Lamar to start fucking tweaking. And by tweaking, I mean not move at all. Because he's so worried about Ken's full pinch here to get them off the time because his boys are on hill. He doesn't expect Ken to just shortcut through. So like he actually made the best possible situational play for this.
This could be the hill where the game
Because like Lamar's making the quote right play, like holding the deep pinch, but the fact that Optic shortcut this at the timing that they have, like with where Minnesota is on the map, it was literally a perfect situation to do it. Like Ken gets his kill, he just runs through mid. Everybody from Optic hits mid. Lamar still hasn't moved. Look at Lamar, he's literally fucking. Now everyone's dead. Oh, let me turn around. So like that is a situation where Lamar is technically making the proper play, like cutting the back pinch. But Ken just makes a better one going through mid. This was a great break.
Forced away from the backside, they're going to be spawned out here as well. Accuracy and no man's land, dead to right to 5-3 from Kenny. Now 30 seconds away for Optic Texas to tie things up. All 35 seconds here. Over towards this hill would find themselves in the lead. Awakening will find a big gunfight, but Optic Texas continuing to lock some good time down. Lynn's just trying to find some pressure. Kenny is there. Kills
Minnesota re-break. It's actually really good scrap time for Minnesota. It's actually a really big 20, especially like the current game state. Real nice.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say they can't win it with the 20 seconds, but that is a
Lynn's not calling out. I mean, I honestly have no idea. Ken just guns Reese on rotation. This guy's so good. Holy shit.
Just to keep Optic live. This was a hill where they got a full 60 themselves. They got more pressure for the moment near the zone, but they do not have those power.
They get every kill. Wake's playing a dirty cred.
Come down to Big Wake again, top Snow in the power position.
Pick up the deep pinch. I think Ant kills this guy.
As talked about, big
And now they have full flip. Wake makes the play right here off spawn. Wake makes the fucking play of the game right here off spawn, and they still lose. So Minnesota is absolutely fucking tweaking. Just the most absolute tweaking of all tweaking that they could be making. So they insta-die, full flip. 2 of them alive in P5. We are challing. And then the spawners, which granted, I guess by the time that they actually go over here, their boys are still alive. Minnesota is in like the super Khabib, like this game should be over right now. Wake actually makes the play of the game off of spawn right here. So he recognizes, yeah, we're getting shit on. Let me take a route. Thank God. Because they're just flooding at this point. So they actually, Optic fucks up here and they get let back into P5. They should never get let into P5 in this situation. Brandon gets backed off the time. I'm assuming he's like weak and like lets them in. There's no world where these guys should be allowed back into P5. But they end up getting in. Wake makes the fucking play, pinching server right here. Gets 1, gets 2. Minnesota has all of P5 control. And they scam it all away. They have to hold. Fucking Pred spawns out. Just dead everywhere. We're dead everywhere. Wake blacks out. Absolutely blacks the fuck out. Gets his 2-piece. Great spot. Granted, they do streak, so things start like getting a little weird. AG spawns a little weird as well. Like 8 goes windows here. Wake just doesn't fucking pinch ever, because why would you in this situation? You need 10 seconds to win the game. Just like hold an iron. They're in a streak. Loses his fight. Optic starts spawning everywhere. The end of this game is insane. I have no idea why AG spawned there. I tried to look at it. I have no idea. I genuinely have no fucking clue why AG spawned there. This game just sucks. And then this is another situation where they could have won it. But Ant, staying alive. Staying alive.
5 seconds to go for Minnesota Rocker. Optic Texas is going to be pretty much perfect. They find a couple of kills.
Ant wins them the game. Brandon gets a huge 2-piece. And it's over.
10 seconds away now for Optic Texas. Complete control for Rocker. It's a hard break back from here. 7 seconds.
Because the hill was white? I feel like I've watched this so many times. So nope, hill's not white. Just spawns there for no reason. Like, I don't even know. Like, this is where his boy spawns loading. His boy spawns loading again. Oh my God, he's blocking the... Wait, dude, I'm being so dead ass. I'm actually being so fucking dead ass. I actually think there are spawn cooldowns in this game. Like, cause I'm not even fucking kidding you. I actually think Ken is blocking his own teammate's spawn. Because Ken doesn't take a step. So if you watch right here, 4 spawns. Ken spawns in the same spot, 4 spawns. He doesn't take a step. I am no bullshitting. I actually think he's blocking AG's spawn. And I think he force spawned him out. Is that not insane? Like, I genuinely don't see any other way that, like he could, like, there's no way that Wake is blocking that. The only way that he couldn't have spawned there is if Wake's blocking it. There's no fucking chance.
Rocker, Optic want to continue this game, but they might not have the option. A couple of kills coming through now for Rocker.
This game sucks. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the game. Shot to get the 2-piece. Bruce gets the 2-piece. Right there, game ends. Not bad. Hill was white for a split sec. Not when he spawns, no. I don't think. Yeah, the hill's white the whole time. Or the hill's on the whole time. No? Look at Lens. He's on that shit the whole time. You don't move. He's really soaking this shit. Yeah, that hill's not white. Game is dope, dude. Game is fucking sick, dude.